Hello, my beautiful badass Bravehearts. How is everyone doing? No matter how long you are together and have been trying to heal, you can totally get over your ex in 3 months or less. And I want you to feel fully secure in yourself, confident in your decisions, so much so that you're no longer pining over someone who left you, but you're rapidly calling in all the things that are for you. Okay, and I have huge news. The Get Over Your Ex in 3 months or Less program is almost open. On Wednesday morning of this week, August 24th at 5 a.m. Central, the checkout page is going to go live and you will have the ability to snag your spot. I will be capping this round, so those spots are very limited and we'll be getting started right away. So the moment you enroll, you will have instant access to all of the content, and we will be having coaching calls, emotional clearing calls, all kinds of fun stuff happening this week, next week, even before we officially start. So you do not want to wait to enroll because it will be a first come, first serve. And of course, I will drop a bonus episode this Wednesday with your official invitation with all of the details, all of the logistics. And you can find everything you need to know about the program at www.dorothyabjohnson.com/getoveryourx. And here's what I have to tell you today. What people don't like to talk about is the really embarrassing stuff we do after every significant breakup, especially when he's the one to leave. And it really can have any woman, no matter her status or her success in life, questioning herself and wondering about her worth. And if you're resonating with this, you probably never thought you'd be like that person, right? That person who's tracking what he's doing on Instagram or stalking his new girlfriend. And you might even find yourself comparing to her, wondering what does she have that I don't? And now you're considering all the ways that you could have been more easygoing, or maybe you should have made some compromises. All the things you could have changed about who you were that maybe would have kept this person around. And trust me, that's not the problem, right? That's where I'm here to interrupt that thought process and get you on track to healing in a way that is a lot more practical and a lot more effective than any resource online that is going to tell you to do, okay? You can get over your ex in 3 months or less, no matter how long your relationship was. And here are the thoughts that I want you to say goodbye to in the next 3 months. I'm not good enough, and that's why he left. I'm not attractive enough, and that's why he moved on to this new person. I wasn't chosen. I'll never find someone as great as him again. I don't understand what happened. Okay? And I want to be really honest here. A lot of breakup advice online sucks. Really smart women are being told to do things to heal that are keeping them stuck in this cycle of pining over someone who is no longer worth their time. All of you listening are brilliant, talented human beings, and there is nothing wrong with you that needs to be fixed. I want more for you. If you're feeling alone or maybe even a little bit embarrassed or down on yourself for how you've dealt with this breakup up until this point, here are some things that very brilliant, incredible, successful women have told me. They have admitted to stalking their ex on Instagram, tracking his new girlfriend and comparing themselves to her, simulating fake conversations in their head over and over and over again with their ex, reeling over those what if situations, such as what if he does everything I wanted him to do with his new girlfriend, right? And they've tried all of this. So what they've been trying to do is follow the advice around giving it time, right? But time doesn't heal all wounds. They've tried to stay busy and distracted themselves until eventually the devastation will fade away. But months later, maybe even years later, they're still struggling. They've tried going no contact, right? Avoiding the pain, just to eventually at some point unblock that person and call them 20 times in a row after the happy hour cocktail, right? Except even sometimes when you don't even unblock that person, you're still just constantly thinking about them, even though you've gone no contact. And they've also tried, scouring every self-help book, podcast, meditation, trying to figure out what's wrong with them when there's nothing actually wrong with you. Sorry, I get heated about this, you guys. What those people giving the outdated advice are not talking about, are not admitting to, is that many of them have not experienced the true healing and freedom from their breakup. They have found ways to manipulate certain circumstances and situations to give them like a sense of freedom. Instead of truly learning how to get their ex out of their head so that they don't have to avoid the feelings or the situations that are outside of their control. It's the difference between I just won't have ice cream in the house versus reducing the desire and the attachment to the ice cream completely so it could be in the house and you simply have no desire for it. Once your ex is no longer living rent-free in your mind, day in and day out, you'll be free from your ex physically and mentally to go on and be that powerful person you already know you're meant to be. You're no longer attached to someone who walked out the door. Whether or not he calls you back in the future makes no difference because when you truly heal, anything that is for you, you know is coming your way. And you feel so secure in that you start attracting those kinds of relationships you want and you deserve. And true healing to me means you no longer feel a type of way or spiral into nostalgic memories when you catch a whiff of his favorite cologne. You feel a little bit tempted. You never feel a little bit tempted to see what he's up to or who he's seeing in a relationship with, right? Or who he's in a relationship with now. And you're no longer worried about if you said the wrong thing, did the wrong thing, or wore the wrong thing, because anything he didn't like about you makes no difference to you. And that's what I want. Instead of trying to go through yet another outdated how to get over your ex DIY approach, why not follow a system that has proven over and over to help my clients get over their ex in 3 months or less? And really do more than that, right? We've talked all month about the more than move on mindset. We're doing more than that. And I want you to take a moment and picture this for a second, okay? Imagine yourself 3 months from now, and the only reason your ex is on your mind is because he is the one that reached out to you, and not one fiber in your being is tempted to respond. You feel the kind of emotional security that attracts the healthiest kind of relationships into your life. You're finding the right people who are more than excited about who you already are. And you don't have to compromise with them. You don't have to worry about saying the right thing. You aren't pretending to have hobbies and interests you don't have to just to keep them around in your life. Not only are you over your ex, you are over your old habits and the beliefs that have kept you in these very low-level relationships. You have elevated your life to the level and standard where you are the one that gets to call the qualities in a relationship that you want. Okay? You feel confident enough, right? And discerning to turn away anything that's not for you. And ultimately, you made this breakup more than a thing of the past, but it was a lesson about what you no longer tolerate in your life moving forward. You raised yourself up in such a way that your breakup is as good as forgotten. It's something that you'll never tolerate in your life ever again. That is what I want for you. So I want to talk about a couple of things that I hear from Bravehearts that kind of keep them from taking that next step. All right, we've talked about this before. So if you've heard me say this before, you can just skip over this. But what if I don't want to get over my ex? This seems to be the biggest thing that comes up for my people is, what if I don't actually want to get over my ex? I truly just want my ex back. And like I've said before, I totally relate, and I get how you feel about this. What I want you to know is that your life can be just as amazing as it was when you had him in your life, and honestly, it can be better. Having someone who wants to be in your life is so much better than convincing someone to be in your life. If you learn how to get over your ex and you build a life better than the one that you had with him, you won't care if he comes back. And honestly, when you learn how to get over him and build a better life, that's way more attractive than living a less than life. And I want this to turn into your decision. You decide if you want him to be in your life, not the other way around. Learning how to get over him and build the life he regrets leaving will do just that for you. Your ex is out there living his life regardless of what you're up to, right? You could be crying on the couch, suffering, covered in tissues, angry, fuming about what he's done, complaining to others, or you can be out there becoming the most badass version of yourself, getting after everything you ever wanted with him, but without him. And trust me, it feels almost impossible right now. I get that. And you might be putting all of your energy and thoughts into how to get this man back. And I am here to tell you that whether that happens or not, you putting all of your energy into that is the very thing that's keeping you from being able to call in or be ready for the type of love, relationship, and future you deserve. Okay? Remember, he's the one who left and decided to stop working towards that shared envisioned future you have. And now it's up to you to put all of your thoughts and your energy towards building what you deserve rather than reeling on why he left and how to get him back. Okay? Now, the next thing that I hear is, I don't want to create what I wanted with him on my own, though. And here's what I have to say about that. It's simply not true. What you really don't want is to live a life where you're at the effect of what someone else does or doesn't do. You want to be happy and healthy, and you want to live an extraordinary life regardless of who's in it. You might just be afraid it's going to be more difficult to do it on your own, and maybe even extremely lonely, which it's totally not if you follow my step-by-step instructions. So here's the thing. When I say build it on your own, I don't mean physically alone. I mean become someone who's no longer attached to relationships working out. Being emotionally free and certain about your ability to create whatever life you desire, regardless of who's in it. Learning to do this will put you in a better position in your next relationship, whether it's your ex or someone new. The longer you subscribe to the idea that your ex is what creates the future you've always wanted, the longer you are going to be at the effect of who decides to stay in your life. And that is not a fun place to be. All right? Like I've said before, that home, that family, that lifestyle you want and deserve to create for yourself does not require the ex who left. You can build a future without him. And I'm going to help you do that by teaching you how to get him out of your head. And then once he's no longer living rent-free in your mind, day in and day out, you'll be free from your ex physically and mentally to go on and be that powerful person you already know you are. All right? So important. Okay, lastly, this is the other thing that I hear. What if I really want more one-to-one advice and help? Some of you reach out to me asking to work with me one-on-one, and here's what I have to say. This is the program for you. This is a very personalized approach to heartbreak. Simply because you're in a group container does not mean you do not get one-to-one advice and help. Your advice is 100% personalized and custom to you at every point along your journey. While on coaching calls, when you submit your feedback from breakup advisors, the feedback is tailored to your specific situation. And with that being said, many of you feel as if you're the only one. And trust me, I get it. I felt like no one understood, and I felt like my situation was one of a kind. While that might be true, I've been doing this work for 4 years now, and I've seen the craziest shit, guys. Not just once, but multiple times. You're not the first person who's been cheated on. You're not the first person who's getting over an ex from an affair. You're not the first person whose ex dated or, started dating your best friend. And you're not the only one who works with their ex or must see them every day. And I could go on and on and on. But I hope you realize that by being in this group container, it normalizes and neutralizes your situation. Being able to talk about it with people who understand and get it is the cheat code to your heartbreak. It's been that thing that's been missing, I promise you. If group wasn't better than one-on-one, I would be doing one-on-one. But my one-on-one clients, it took them so much longer to get over their exes and do this work when they were not in the group container. So that's why we do group. So here's the thing. You can learn more at www.dorothyabjohnson.com/getoveryourx. And if you still have questions, please reach out to me on Instagram at breakupcoachdorothy or via email at dorothy@dorothyabjohnson.com. I am so excited to meet you inside Braveheart. I'm sending you all of the love.